Desmond Daniel Amofa, who used to be known as Etika, was once a content creator that was one of a kind, a charismatic and beautiful soul that shined through so much darkness in people's hearts, but unfortunately not through his own. The story of Desmond, without a doubt, was a huge tragedy that has made its impact onto the world. It has exposed and made a lot of the internet worse than it already was. It has given people heartaches that are even lasting to this day. The man himself was not only a content creator, but a simple person with simple needs that has delivered very special and bright feelings to those around him. Etika wasn't just your average everyday gaming channel, but he was the channel. Everything a YouTube channel should be about to its core. You know, comedy, entertainment, vlogs, gaming, streams, hangouts, music, reactions, happiness, and most importantly, being yourself. In terms of what a YouTube channel should be like list, he has checked every box, in my opinion. He has given so much to us. Years of memories, and years of beautiful community interaction. Now, of course, it wasn't perfect, because not every human's going to be a nice shiny apple in a crowd of other ones. But I say it for sure was a pleasant experience coming from someone like me, who has watched Desmond for years. Unfortunately, that all changed once he has taken his own life, due to reasons I will explain in this video. I feel this world needs a Desmond, now more than ever, due to what's going on planet Earth each day. But unfortunately, we as people have taken him away from us, and kicked him to the curb when he was at his most vulnerable. From my point of view, it was not Desmond's fault that he has taken his own life. It was the fame and internet, along with his mental disabilities, which caused him to do so. Let us continue, for I have a lot to say about this beautiful angel today, named Desmond Amofa, also known as Etika. As many as you may know, Etika used to be a YouTube entertainer, a man with so much talent, beauty in his heart, and has brought about so much in terms of laughter, smiles, and so many memories. He has given to us a lot of advice, so much inspiration, and has influenced hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people in a positive setting. He was a 29-year-old YouTuber in America and commentator known for his streams and discussion videos about video games and or other topics. Before his YouTube career, Desmond was a rapper, making mixtapes in 2007, as well as doing model work from 2011 to 2015. He has stated in a tweet long ago that the originality of the name Etika came from the 2003 video game Sonic Battle, of which he was a big fan of when he was younger. In the game, players could put in a cheat code titled Etika, and when Desmond was 12, he simply switched the T and the K around to create his username as he liked that result better. He started using YouTube to broadcast his gaming and reaction streams in 2012 under his original username, EWN Network, meaning Etika World Network. It was originally planned for the channel's content to be produced collaboratively by a variety of users, including Desmond himself, but such plans never really materialized. Before the closure of his main channel on YouTube in 2018, he had more than 800,000 subscribers between his YouTube and Twitch channels. And within months after creating a second YouTube channel, known as Etika FRFX, he had gained more than 130,000 subscribers. Desmond's content was typically described as Nintendo focused. He frequently streamed reactions, often over the top, to Nintendo Direct presentations, which usually involved him screaming and falling out of his chair in elated shock. He dubbed his fans the Joy-Con Boys, after the Nintendo Switch controllers are known as the Joy-Cons, and would frequently end his videos with his signature catchphrase, "Take care of yourself. Have yourself a damn good one." In November 2016, 2 videos of Desmond's where he purported to having a Nintendo Switch console before its 2017 release gained notoriety and was scrutinized by fans. It would eventually be learned the model Desmond was using was 3D printed by fellow YouTuber Sandkvist at his request. He has a lot of built up to his career and had everything: popularity, friends, money, games, housing, you name it. You could even argue that he was on top of the world in terms of Nintendo content, or gaming and streams as a whole. Which makes his story all the more tragic, and even then has ruined the future of a lot of young kids or even people's dreams. Someone to look up to, someone who is like them, and someone who is going to give us a big and bright future in terms of content creation, or even streams in general. That is, until the internet and humanity has taken him away from us. It begun with his first mental breakdown and termination. On October 25th, 2018, Desmond's account was terminated for posting inappropriate content and other community guidelines violations. At around the same time, his Twitter and Facebook accounts were also inactive for unknown reasons. Next day, it was reported by his ex-girlfriend, Christine, or Alice Pika, that he was sent to a mental hospital. A few days after that, Desmond confirmed on his Twitch stream that he got his channel deleted on purpose due to the fact that he does not receive ad revenue on the channel. If I am correct, he also then apologized for this, and it was very much obvious it was a breakdown on his part, which I believe was the beginning to something really bad. People started making fun of him, and they were memeing on his mental issues. It then got worse with the second mental breakdown. On April 16th, 2019, Desmond again began tweeting maniacally, including threats of suicide, similarly to his previous outbursts 6 months prior. Once again, he posted a screenshot of his now terminated YouTube channel, Etika FRFX, which he did by his own hand by uploading more inappropriate videos until YouTube took it down. Desmond's ex-girlfriend Alice was with him at the time and documented what was happening. At one point, Desmond asked her to leave because, quote-unquote, he was expecting people to show up at his house, and it might not be safe with me there. Eventually, she contacted the police, who restrained him and took Desmond to a hospital. Etika during 2019 has even made some streams of him losing his mind, or even freaking out when trolls or people were posting nasty comments onto his stream that fueled the fire, as well as harming his mentality all the more. Then it all exploded on April 29th, 2019. While streaming on his Instagram live account, the NYPD's emergency service unit appeared outside Desmond's apartment window, responding to a call from someone out of state, presumed to be a concerned fan due to the tweets Etika has made, as well as having a pitch black profile picture. As he was streaming the event, Desmond repeatedly denied assistance from officers, requesting them to check his Instagram stream to verify he was fine and unarmed. Soon after, the SWAT team broke down his door and he was taken into police custody. However, he was released several hours later. By the next day, Desmond uploaded a video to TR1 Iceman, an alternate account, for the first time in 6 years, mind you. People continued to spam the clown emote, make jokes, and poke fun at what was going on with Desmond's life, as well as his mentality. Everyone was making him into a joke, but they did not see that he was obviously in serious danger within himself, and it has enough toxicity to make you sick to your stomach. He then, unfortunately, was seen having altercations with police officers. On May 1st of 2019, Desmond got into a fight with a police officer, as well as a bunch of teens seen around him cheering and screaming, as he then was taken to a mental hospital. On May 14th, Desmond returned to streaming and explained everything, saying that everyone is a god, and saying that the police officer punched him when Desmond stuck the middle finger at him. Fans of Desmond were unsure of the situation and thought something was off. As a month passed by, as well as Etika was streaming time to time, we are brought to a very tragic conclusion on June 2019. Desmond posted a video titled "I Am Sorry," in which it seemed like he was talking about his impending doom. Its description was called a suicide letter by Keemstar on Twitter, who I believe was a massive scumbag for what he said and done to Etika. But that's another story. He had not said anything furthermore or given any sort of update. His Discord moderators did call his local police to search for him. And unfortunately, the video has been taken down by YouTube. But later, it was re-uploaded by Etika's fans to other outlets. He was also confirmed missing by the NYPD in a tweet made at 6:39 p.m. on June 19th, 2019. A couple of days later, the NYPD found several of Desmond's personal belongings, like his wallet, cell phone, Nintendo Switch, laptop, and his clothes at the Manhattan Bridge. And then on the evening of June 24th, 2019, a civilian alerted the NYPD to an unidentified body in the waters of the East River near Pier 16, located a half a mile away from the Manhattan Bridge. It was then reported that Desmond died of suicide by drowning after jumping from the Manhattan Bridge. After a long battle with bipolar disorder, the NYPD, on June 25th, 2019, has recovered his body in the East River in New York City. And at the time, it was unconfirmed if it was Desmond or another individual. After Desmond's death, the YouTube creator's Twitter accounts responded to it, stating that the YouTube community is mourning the fact that it has lost Desmond. Even big YouTube stars such as PewDiePie and KSI responded to the tragedy, wishing for Desmond to rest in peace. Corey X Kenshin even made a 7-minute video speaking on Desmond and additionally talking about how other YouTubers, especially every individual in the world, have to love each other and as well as help each other out, especially in hard times. Following Desmond's suicide, fans on Twitter and in emails asked that YouTube re-uploads Desmond's final video to help memorialize him. A Change.org petition was started and initially garnered more than 380,000 signatures, but later it dropped because a lot of fraudulent signatures from internet bots were removed. It asked for Desmond's original channel to be restored to preserve his legacy. And another Change.org was also made with over 1 million signatures, which later dropped to more than 200,000 for similar reasons. And it was called for Desmond to be buried at YouTube headquarters, which he stated as his wish during an earlier live stream, but it obviously isn't going to happen. Fans have created a memorial on Desmond's behalf on the pedestrian walkway of the Manhattan Bridge, leaving letters, fan art, Twizzlers, Nintendo-related products, and other memorabilia. Desmond was a treasure, a role model, a man with a lot of hope and brightness within himself. He has given so much to us, and what we have given to him was not enough. After his death, it has changed a lot of people's lives. The world has gotten noticeably darker without his appearance, and we couldn't save him before it was too late. As I have stated onto my previous videos, the internet itself is a really fun place that has some pretty good people. But unfortunately, I feel there is a lot more bad than there is good in terms of what you see out there. People have taunted, humiliated, ranted, and hated on Desmond for what has happened with him, as well as taking his mental illnesses as a joke, when it was obvious he was going to do something to himself that we will forever regret. A lot of us tried to help him, but from Desmond's perspective, all he saw was people hating him and not taking him serious at all, as well as thinking the actions he did were so irredeemable, to the point to where he thought taking his own life was the only option. And it was then, when he did pass away, was when those same trolls that used the stupid clown emote, or those kids that was screaming and cheering at Desmond for his outbreaks, that they put their masks on and start apologizing, as well as giving their condolences, which I believe is as false as you can get in terms of what they did. They were laughing, and they were having a grand old time seeing Desmond suffer before it was too late. And they then hopefully realized, wow, he actually took his own life. Maybe we shouldn't do this to other people if something like this happens again. I'm sorry. It's not Desmond's fault that he suffered. It was social media as well as the internet. He fell way too deep into a hole that he could not climb out of. Imagine, okay? Imagine being in a scenario where you have almost 1 million subscribers, right? Think about it. That is not an easy number to catch. Not to mention, that is huge in terms of how many individuals we are talking. Not to mention active people, as well as building so much around you. Okay? Now imagine a large portion of those subscribers turning against you the moment you start revealing vulnerable moments in your life to them, having mental outbreaks, and when they see it, they laugh at you, and they see you as a joke. Not a friend, not a pal, but a circus to poke fun at. When you're a small channel, like me, you do not have much to think or worry about in terms of what you want to reveal about yourself, as well as produce for your platform. But when you had something as big as what Etika had, it is a whole different world for you. Hell, if I had that kind of attention, I would admittedly go a little nuts myself. Now remember, everybody, whenever you tap into social media, no matter who you are, small scale or big scale creator, or even regular people for that matter, when people tell you their deepest, darkest thoughts, or show you their most vulnerable moments, please do not take it for granted. Try to see what's going on with them, help them, and do it to the best of your abilities. And most importantly, do not make it a joke, because it is not one. Not everybody is trying to do something so you can feel sorry for them. Not everyone is looking for a social media or internet hug. There are some people out there that really do need help. And in this day of social media, where you are compared to so many individuals, or if you even open up your phone and you see who's living a better life than you are, stress levels for humanity in general are at an all-time high. But for some of you out there, You have to be able to fight that, and try to build up a tolerance to not let things bother you, as well as people, because this is not the end. If you are ever feeling as if this is it for you, or to end it all, try to seek some form of help. Or you could even channel that negative energy into doing something great for yourself. Etika, unfortunately, had all of his shields down due to the humongous crowd trolling him and humiliating him, as well as his emotions and his disorders getting the best of him. Etika was nothing more than an innocent angel sent to us, and we have ruined him as human beings. Do not make this mistake again with anybody else. May you rest in peace, Desmond. You will never be forgotten, and in our hearts, you will always be alive. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all take care of yourselves. Make sure you love your friends, your family. Take care of anyone you know if that is by your side. But always be on guard for strangers, as well as humans in general, because they can switch on you quickly, depending on who they are. Stay safe out there, and I hope you all have yourselves a good night.